Imagine you're a puppet standing on a stage, your strings controlled by an invisible hand descending from the sky. That hand has a name: doubt. With every attempt to move, the strings tighten. You want to take a step, but it pulls you back. You struggle, but remain in place. Does this helplessness feel familiar? Sometimes you even feel it in your dreams. You try to run, but your feet are cemented to the ground. You try to scream, but not a single sound escapes. Life moves around you, the scene changes, time marches on, and yet you stay frozen, unable to move forward. Volcanoes erupt inside you, but from the outside, you're just a statue, still, silent, unmoved. Your mind is screaming, but your body stays quiet. This is what it's like to live under the control of hesitation and inaction. A mental paralysis. Thoughts flood your mind, but no action follows. And the cruel part, no one can see it. From the outside, everything looks normal. You smile, you chat, you go to work, but inside, you're suspended in a void. Not falling, not flying. Time moves, but you remain stuck. This invisible standstill, it distances you from yourself. You feel the cold shadow of indecision press against your chest. You're at a crossroads, unsure which way to turn. Every option is a door, yet your hand doesn't reach for any handle. What if you choose the wrong one? That thought echoes in your mind, like a whisper bouncing through an empty room. What if it's the wrong choice? Your mind becomes a projection room, showing you every possible scenario, and every scenario ends in the worst possible outcome. Your heart races, your body fills with fear, your palms sweat, your stomach tightens. When the time comes to decide, you feel a weight pressing on your chest, as if invisible chains wrap around your legs and pin you down. You want to move, but something pulls you back. You start making excuses. Now isn't the time, maybe later. You wait for the perfect moment, but it never arrives. The warm arms of your comfort zone won't let you go. You're afraid to step into the unknown, afraid of risk. Your mind is exhausted from calculating every outcome. Even though you did nothing all day, you feel completely drained, because thinking is work. And unproductive thinking, that's the most exhausting kind. It's like you have 100 open tabs in your brain, each one slowly draining your energy, and yet you can't focus on any of them. Scattered thoughts, fragmented attention, and the crushing fatigue of getting nowhere. Sometimes not choosing feels safer than choosing wrong. Inaction becomes your refuge. You think it protects you from mistakes, but that inaction becomes a trap of its own. Every "I'll do it later" dims your inner fire. Every delay opens a tiny wound in your spirit. Time keeps flowing. The calendar pages fall, the seasons change. Each morning, you promise yourself, today will be different, but by nightfall, nothing has changed. The longer you wait, the heavier the unmade decision becomes. You carry it like an invisible burden, and before you realize it, another day has ended with nothing done. Each passing day turns into a growing regret. A faint ache begins to settle inside you. Its name is regret, and the regret of not taking a step today quietly eats away at you. You start to think the opportunity has passed, that the train has already left. The thought of what you've missed haunts your nights. You blame yourself, but still, you don't move. And so the cycle continues. You are not alone. Many minds are trapped in the same paradox. Psychologist Schwartz calls it the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the harder it becomes to choose. We expect more freedom, but instead, we become paralyzed. According to Schwartz, an excess of choice doesn't lead to happiness. It amplifies anxiety. Choosing one path out of dozens feels like abandoning all the others. Each decision leaves behind the ghosts of unchosen alternatives. And that lingering question haunts you. Was this the right one? So often, we either can't decide at all, or we do, and remain dissatisfied. Some chase perfection endlessly, unable to commit because no option feels flawless. Others accept what's good enough and move forward, often with more peace of mind. Studies show that when choices are limited, decision-making becomes easier. The paradox of choice teaches us this simple truth. Less is often more. When options are fewer, the mind becomes lighter. Decision-making shifts from a burden to a relief. But when choices are abundant, the opposite happens. The mind freezes. You drown in abundance, yet feel mentally starved. Never in history have we had so many choices, and maybe never before have we been this indecisive. We live in a world where we can do anything, yet we end up doing nothing. Life used to move slower, choices were simpler, and perhaps that's why people acted more decisively. Now we stand before endless paths, each one holding potential, each one hiding uncertainty. The more uncertain the road, the harder it is to take the first step. Because choosing is more than selecting an option. It's accepting responsibility. And responsibility is the cost of freedom. Modern humans crave freedom, but resist its price. So instead of choosing, we remain in indecision. Not quite a yes, not quite a no. This grey space feels safe, but it's here that the deepest exhaustion begins. This paradox is everywhere in modern life. Technology and social media amplify our indecision. We scroll endlessly, swept up in a flood of information and entertainment. We can't stop. We think the next post might be better. Streaming platforms offer the same dilemma. With countless titles, we can't decide what to watch. We start one film, then skip to another, finishing none. Hours pass in quiet hesitation. Every day, we see dozens of curated lives online. Perfect moments, people switching careers, traveling the world, starting new passions. We compare ourselves and wonder, should I be doing something different too? Consumer culture adds fuel to the fire. We live in a marketplace of endless choices. Online stores offer us countless products. Before buying a phone, we read hundreds of reviews, compare dozens of specs. In a clothing store, we scan rows of shirts searching for the perfect one. And often we leave with nothing. Or worse, we buy something and worry. We missed a better deal. We come home to a closet full of clothes, yet still say, I have nothing to wear. Even our basic needs have turned into stressful decisions. And relationships, they're not exempt from this paradox. Dating apps become endless galleries of human profiles. Everyone swipes, hoping the next match will be better. We might overlook the person beside us, chasing an illusion of perfection. We live out the phrase, while chasing perfect, we miss the good. What if this isn't the right one? That thought builds a wall between us and connection. Careers and life paths mirror the same spiral. There was a time you chose one profession for life. Now, the possibilities feel infinite. A young person picks a path, but wonders about everything left behind. They enter a job, but their mind lingers on the other opportunities. Even passions are consumed. We jump from hobby to hobby, never diving deep into any of them. In a sea of options, we are drowning. Indecision is the hidden epidemic of our time. And like any epidemic, it spreads. When people around you constantly change direction, your own confidence begins to shake. Clarity becomes rare. Uncertainty becomes normal. But peace of mind feeds on clarity. To walk like someone who knows what they want, that's a quiet revolution in our age. As life accelerates, we slow down. We try to keep all options open, so we never truly say yes to any of them. Everything is at our fingertips, but we can't quite reach anything. Plenty of choice, yet a will that feels chained. So what's the way out? Is there a path through this loop? Maybe the answer isn't in gaining more, but in learning to need less. Maybe what you seek isn't a grand path, but a quiet, meaningful direction. And that direction might not be where everyone else is heading. You have to trust the sound of your own steps. Walk without applause. The solution begins within. First, recognize. The issue isn't choice but fear. Second, simplify. That may be the strongest remedy. Discover the power of simplicity. Fewer choices mean less noise. Eliminate what doesn't matter. Focus on what truly does. Define your priorities. Ask yourself what you really want. Stop delaying your life by watching others live theirs. Create your own goals. Dream your own dreams and pursue them. There is no perfect decision, only discoveries. Every step is a lesson. Even a wrong turn is better than standing still. Don't fear mistakes. They are your teachers. Even the worst choice is better than no choice at all. If your chosen path ends, keep walking. You'll find another. The invisible chains break only when you move. Drop the excuses. Take even a small step. Own your choices. And begin. Courage grows as you walk. The first step is the hardest, but it's also where freedom begins. Let fear walk beside you, but don't let it lead. The fog in your mind will clear as you move forward. With each step, your fear fades. It's time to take the pen and write your story. Life isn't a waiting room, it's a road. You don't need giant leaps, just steady, honest steps. The key is to stop standing still, take a deep breath, and believe in yourself. To live is the braver choice. And now, it's time to take a slow, deliberate step.